Assalamu alaikum everyone. Runtii reer Minnesota aad iyo aad baa mahadsantihiin sida sharafta leh aad noo soo dhaweyseen. Annaga iyo Team Hope, Amun iyo aniga iyo dad badan oo ila socda oo ka imaaday Canada. And you really know how to welcome guests. Thank you, Brother Muhammad, for the wonderful host and how you're handling it. Really, we aad iyo aad baa mahadsantihiin. And safar baan soo galnay laakiinse safarkan soo galnay aad iyo aad baan ugu faraxsanahay sida sharafta leh intaan magaalada joognay iyo hadda sidaad uga soo qayb gasheen xafladda. Tonight is a very special night for us. This is the first time we're coming down to Minnesota. You know, we've been existing, as you can see from the video, and otherwise we've been around for more than 15 years, but this is the first time we came down to Minnesota. Before we begin, I just want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well, you know, for all the blessings He's giving us, the safety, the food, the works we have, the children we have, the free education, the free safety we have, everything we have here in this country and around North America and otherwise. I want to say, you know, we have to thank Him and be grateful to Him because there's many people around the world who are facing many challenges, as many of you know. You know, 18 years ago, Somali Hope started with a big dream, but of course, big heart, but very little pockets. And we dreamed, Amun and I, we've dreamed of building a school that provides free, high-quality education to children in rural Somalia. Sometimes when you hear, you know, things that haven't been achieved by individuals or by a community, it sort of becomes a dream, and people might think you're out of your mind. But truly, that was our dream, just to, you know, build that school that provides free, high-quality education to children in rural Somalia, more specifically in the city of Bursalah. As the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day. And of course, building a school in Bursalah, more specifically in Puntland area, was not done easily either. We've done barbecues, we've done bake sales, we have done basketball tournaments, we've done soccer tournaments, we've done dinners just to raise funds to actually build the school that you guys saw. And many of you that were here tonight have seen the videos. It was a brick by brick process. It was by building the land, purchasing the land, to actually hitting the ground, to building the first classroom, to building the second classroom, so on and so forth. But tonight, it's not about just the fundraising. It's about also celebrating the lives we touched, and of course, the future we're going to be building for the children in Somalia, but more specifically in the city of Bursalah. So Amun, shall we tell them how we all began?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Reer Minnesota, wat fiicantiin. So absolutely, kole waxay isweydiinaysiin how that Mahmoud and Amun came up with this idea. How do you even start such an initiative? Well, you see, back in 2008, my wonderful husband here, Mahmoud, took a trip back to Puntland, Somalia. Now, usually when people go back home, they come back with souvenirs, nostalgia, gifts, and even sometimes they come back with a second wife. Just a joke. It's not the truth. It's not happening here, inshallah. But my husband, he came back with something completely different. A great initiative to build an entire school in Somalia. I remember asking him, but horta halkan schoolka yar dhig, aaway dahabkeygii xoolaheygii boqortooyinta ka keentay. And he said, Amun, if you build the school with me, dahabkaaga iyo waxa doonaysa dhan janna ka helaysaa. So with that answer, I had to stand by my husband. How can I argue with that? So we started small, very, very small. family barbecues, garage sale, yard sale in front of a house selling our own stuff. We did many sport tournaments, you name it. Everything that's need to be done to have $1, we did it. In Ottawa, most of the people, when they see me and Mahmoud walk in the street with a clipboard, they cross the street because they knew العقبة موديننا. But alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah, we hustle and we did it.
That is true. That is true. I even sold my old treadmill. You know, I used to have an old treadmill, but mainly I used to use it for hanging my mouse. I used to hang it with my mouse, but I sold it. And it was worth it. This was truly a process. You know, a step-by-step process. We purchased the land. As I said, we've started building the classrooms from primary to middle school, to high school, to designing the curriculum itself, to hiring the teachers, and to making sure that, of course, the curriculum we've designed, or the curriculum, although the teachers we brought, they're from Kenya, we brought them from Kenya, just to ensure, of course, that these students can take a step forward with the rest of the world. We make sure that it was in line also with the curriculum in Puntland, or in Somalia in general. When we complete the construction in 2012, I personally went back. I took part of the opening ceremony. We had only 93 students at that time. We only started with 93 students. Tonight, 2025-2026 academic year, we have 1,030 students. And these are, that's worth the celebration, certainly. And these are boys and girls alike. You know, this is a place where, when we build the school itself, we make sure that some of the barriers or some of the challenges that keeps young ladies out of school are dealt with. We've built in each school, we have girls-friendly space. This is a space where girls can use at their break time and whenever they need to have their group meetings as girls. In 2012, when I went back and I came back, we've started the process of building the high school. We were able to successfully build the high school. This was not just a normal school, and I can tell you this. Imagine if I was to tell you today, in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, there's a school that exists that has 100% success rate in all national exams that it takes. You'll probably be, wow, probably that'll be a school that you want your children to go to. And I can tell you, Somali Hope Foundation or Hope Academy, ever since we started participating the Puntland National Exam, both on the grade A level as well as the grade 12, we have 0 failures. And that itself actually deserves a celebration. We should give it up for. We didn't stop ensuring that we give free, high-quality education, but we make sure that the results speak for itself. And having a school or having an institution that whenever the test comes in, that performs accordingly, and not only, but has a consistent success rate. That's not just by accident. It's by hard work. It's by also testimony to the teachers or the qualified teachers we hired and the way the curriculum itself is carried. We've also added a computer lab. We've added a science lab. We've added, as you've seen in the video, we've added a water well. The water well have done remarkable work for the school. First, all of our students can have access to water. They've all have access to water. The farming, we've put it in. We've built a farm. That farm also helps us with you're later going to hear about the World Food Program provides free breakfast and free lunch for the children. But the farm itself, the fruits and the vegetables that are from the farm, actually also help ensuring that these kids are getting the nutrition that they need. One of the proudest moments I can tell you about is just last year. Just last year, we had around 50 grads that graduated. These are children that graduated, but we never give up on our children, even when they finish with our school. In the past, we used to give them laptops. Those laptops would allow them to continue with the education into university. Sometimes some of them would take a gap year and would start their small business. But last year was different. Last year was one of the most proudest moments. We were able to get 50 students into a university in Ethiopia, Jigjiga University. This is 3 years of full ride scholarship. Now imagine a small town or small city like Bursalah, where there's 50 students, boys and girls alike, have left this town. Imagine the impact that they're going to have in the years to come. They're all at Jigjiga University thanks to the Somali state of Ethiopia. Somali state, the Somali state in Ethiopia that helped us. But imagine 50 students leaving this town. Now they're in Jigjiga University. The impact they're going to have when they come back, it's going to be remarkable in this town. The other proud moments we have is we have some of our students that graduated, more specifically 3 girls that graduated from my school, two girls that graduated from my school who went on to become, who took teachers school, who came back, are now teachers at the school. That's just like remarkable when you want to see, and this was always the goal we had. The goal we had was we want to make sure the education we're providing is not a mediocre education. It's an education where when kids actually go to school, when they go to school and they finish, they can come back and contribute to their communities.
This is exactly the hope. We want to turn this into a legacy, inshallah. Like, I just want to add what Mahmoud just said about sharing the success of our students. At our school, we thrive on giving equal opportunity to boys and girls alike. As we've mentioned before, our students are nearly half girls and half boys. When we talk about opportunity, this is exactly what we mean. Seeing our girls thrive and succeed just as much as boys, and give them the space to reach their full potential. In fact, did you know that more girls graduate from Somali Hope than boys? Yes. Mahmoud just spoke about 2 of our graduate girls that came back to the school and became back a teacher. What a full circle, right? Did you also know that in 2023 and this year in 2025, we had 2 young girl students that scored in the top 10 of a national exam in Puntland region out of thousands and thousands of students. So girls are really succeeding, and that's something I personally take great pride to do. Last summer when actually Mahmoud and I visited, we were given certificate to the boys, and we were given certificate to the students with the higher marks. And Mahmoud stood over there and I stood over here, and we're given certificate. Most of the certificate of excellence was given to the girls. Like, I was standing here and I had like girl squad behind me, and Mahmoud had like maybe 10 boys. And I was like, ah. But so I'm very, very, very proud of that. So if you haven't noticed earlier, when I was greeting you and saying salam alaikum and speaking a little bit of Somali, you probably noticed that myself, I'm not from Puntland. But I sacrifice my energy, my time, and my heart for that region. I always heard that Puntland, this is where Boqortooyin to Degihin, the land of the kings, they say. So I had to go and check it out myself. So the reason why I said, and I have to mention that I'm not from Puntland myself, is because I really want to highlight that Somali Hope Foundation is not just about one area, one clan, or one tribe. Education at our school is free for all children, no matter where they come from. No matter the financial background, situation, their tribe, or their gender, everyone is welcome at the Somali Hope Academy. This is a school for all Somalis. Even our board of directors back in Canada It's made of all Somalis members from all across of Somalia. We all come in together and united by one vision, the one to give equal opportunity to children, free, high-quality education. Because really, Somali Hope is bigger than Puntland, and it's supported by everyone. It's about every Somali child. We dream of a Somalia where kids can choose a pen over a pistol, and where they can grow to become doctors, engineers, teachers, and leaders of tomorrow. Whatever they desire to be, they can do it. And let me tell you that this future is 100% possible, inshallah. And I'll never forget when people first heard about our plan of me and Mahmoud building a school. Obviously, we talked to our family and our friends, ashabtain, even dadka la shaqeyno, everyone. We talked to them and they say, hey, Mahmoud and I envision and we have this plan to build a school in Somalia. Dadku wa nuku qoslen. And we said, why? Building a school in Somalia? Impossible. But with the grace of Allah, alhamdulillah, 15 years later, we proved that nothing is impossible when a community dream together and build together.
Okay, thank you, Moon. And now Minnesota, this is where you come in. Somali Hope Academy was mainly built by the, I would say, good people. Moon talked about the diversity of it, good people of Ottawa, more specifically, of course, Ottawa in Canada. It was truly built by people from all walks of life. Doctors, lawyers, people from where the region where the school is at, as Moon talked about in Puntland, people from all walks of life. Not only did they build it, but they helped us sustain it over the past 15 years. They contributed. And I can tell you their stories. Some of these people, when COVID hit, when the COVID time, I was really taken back by how much interest, how committed that they were to this project. They would all ask me, what's happening to our children? Because we couldn't hold the fundraising gala. There was no in-person fundraising. So they would ask, what's happening to the children? What's going to be happening? They came up with the idea where we had to transition to online gala. Where they had to transition, to online gala, where they actually volunteer, all of them volunteer, to deliver the food. They would cook the food, and they would deliver the food to the families, and everyone would watch the update from the school online. They would all come in on Zoom and would watch what's happening, what's the update of the school in terms of what's happening. This is how much the people of Ottawa, especially in Canada, and they're all from walk of life, how much they were committed. And over the years, where COVID was a challenge, they never gave up on those children. We never had to close our doors because of the commitments the people of Ottawa made. And these people, most of these people, if you ask them, where's Bursalah? In all honesty, they won't find it on the map. They will not. Some of them are from, they're from, Mexico. Some of them are from different places of the world. Some of them are from, Haiti. Some of them are some of them are from different regions of Somalia. But they made the commitments to say, you know what? We've built this school. We're going to continue. We're going to make sure that this project doesn't fail. We're going to make sure, regardless of whether COVID hits or what other challenge that comes, we're going to make sure that this, school continue, these children continue to get their free education. Now, I tell you this story because this is why we're here tonight. Our goal is simple, Minnesota. We've heard a lot of good stories from Minnesota. We've heard a lot of things from Minnesota. And we've been coming for a long time. We've been coming for 15 years. But this happened to be the year we came to you, where we're asking for support, where we're asking for, to help hopefully take this school to the next level. It's been 15 years. We never stepped foot into Minneapolis or Minnesota, just because we know the challenges you have as well. We know many people, many different communities come to you asking or seeking help. But for 15 years, we avoided you. But we're here tonight. We're here tonight. And it's not for personal gains. It's not for me and Amun. It's not for anybody that's in the crowd. We are talking about children. We're talking about kids. We're talking about children that otherwise would not have an opportunity to get a free education. And I'll tell you, this school why is different from other schools. When we built it and we put the community education committee together, we made them took an oath, and that oath was, you are not allowed to turn a child away for any reason, especially when it comes to fees. If a child cannot afford a school fee, that should not be a barrier. That should not be a barrier. That should be a shame on all of us, especially those of us who made it here in North America, who are having our children get free educations, who can put them in any school that we want, any school. Yet, some of these children I'm talking about, and I kid you not, some of us, they are our relatives. They are next of kins. And they're not having an opportunity to actually go to school because their parents can't afford the school fees. And this is what we said in Hope Academy. No child gets left behind, no matter what. No child. No child. And this is why me and Amun are here today. And the school consists of many children. Poor children, orphans, kids that, alhamdulillah, they're from a big family. And as a father and as a mother, if you have 10 kids, you cannot pay for all the school fees for all 10 of them. You know that. And you know that as a parent, you're going to have to leave behind some of your children. You're going to be put in a position where you have to choose who moves on with their lives and who gets left behind. And this is the reality of some of the families are facing. This is the reality. And this is what we made a commitment to. We made them took an oath and said, if a child shows up in Hope Academy and he wants to go to school and she wants to go to school, you not to deny them. The challenge they threw back at us was, well, you're going to have to pay the teachers. You're going to have to pay the teachers. And we said, no problem. We will pay the teachers. This is why me and Amun, every year we host a fundraising gala. So we make sure that teachers get paid and we can dictate and make our commitments to make sure that no child actually, is kicked out of school or denied of education because their parents cannot afford the fees. So, we're here tonight asking you to be generous, and obviously no donation is, it's too small or too big. When you look at it, all in cost is $200 a year for a child to get an education. That's $16 a month, right? $16 a month, and if you divide that, it's like cents, honest to God, a month. I think many of us can contribute $200 to ensure a child gets a free education for an entire year, for a whole year. I actually think back, it's not about also the people that are just here tonight. We really thank you for coming and hearing us out. But also as you go back, we encourage you to become an ambassador. Tell your family, tell your children, tell your cousins, tell your uncles, tell whoever that wants to listen. But this is a work, honestly, that's making a huge impact. It's making a huge impact in this specific town, and it's also inspiring others to follow the same footsteps. Amun?
Yeah. So, good job. So before I leave you, I just want to reiterate a few things. And tonight here, we know that we are in a room full of uncles and aunties, the true backbone of our community. So we know that Mahmoud and I are in good hands. But truly, like Mahmoud said, every contribution matters, whether it's big or small, doesn't matter. $1, $2, 5,000, whatever, we take it. You heard earlier our bio. Mahmoud and I are two professionals. We do this out of a good kind of heart. We don't take a penny, we don't take $1 out of this. We travel, matter of fact, we leave our own children behind so we can come and fundraise for these kids. Because we truly believe that 1,030 students are like our children. So we come out and do this for all of it to children, which reminds me of my joke earlier when I said when husband comes back with a second wife, Mohammed wuxuu ku guursado ma haysto, he already has 1,000 kids. Usually carruur baa lagu guursadaa, right? He already has 1,000 kids. Doesn't need more children. So it's just a side joke. So, and it's really, and Mahmoud and I really worked hard for this, and we couldn't be prouder. So I wanted to leave you with this. Initially, I had a story, and I was like, imagine 10, 15 years from now, and because Minnesota is the hub, is the place people come and promote whatever they're doing, or fundraising, or hadday ararayan, or whatever it is, right? So I was like, imagine 10, 15 years from now, qof baan yimaada wuxuu oranaya wax baan u cararayaa icaawiya blah 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 blah, and then they talk to you about their journey, and they're like, oh, my journey started at Somali Hope. That was my story. But something even more remarkable came to us this week. So this week, Mahmoud and I, while we had the chance to visit all the charter schools, the Somali schools. Very proud moment, by the way. You guys are extremely lucky. Schoolaha halkan ku haysatiin Somalida. MashaAllah. So one of the school we visited on Wednesday, the Twin City International School, and we're doing the visit, and we went to a couple classes. We did the grade 1, kindergarten, grade 3, and grade 5. When we arrived in grade 5, we presented ourselves. I'm so-and-so, he's so-and-so, and we talked about why we're here and the school. We said we've built a school called Somali Hope Academy in Somalia. I kid you not, there was a student that said, I went to that school. We're like, Wallah. There's a student that said, I went to Somali Hope Academy. We couldn't believe, Mahmoud and I, and we said, hold on, Soka, come here. You really did? She's like, yes, I did. I'm in grade 5 now. But when I was younger, my mom took me back to Somalia, and I started my kindergarten and my 1 and 2 in Somalia, and I went to the Somali Hope Academy. MashaAllah. So when I talk about full circle, we couldn't believe it. And we asked her, how's your experience? I loved it. She's like, this was the best experience. I enjoyed it. So this is really what it is. Full circle. We're not even talking about people graduating and come back. It's having an impact now. There's a student right here in Minnesota with you guys that went to the school and that can testify of her experience. So I really want to leave you with this. Tonight, you can make your donation any kind of way. We take jiggles, we take change, even change. Well, we won't, but we'll try. We take cash, we take barcode. There's a barcode there. You can scan, donate on the table as well. We have debit machine that we're going to go around, inshallah, later, where you can donate. There's many ways. But please, think about these children like yours, like we do me and Mahmoud, and Ilahay hani barakeyo, Minnesota.
Thank you, Amun. This is the hard part. And now, you have to translate part of the speech. So I'm going to do it with Djiboutian accent mixed with Reer Mudug accent. Okay, this is the fun time you guys can enjoy. Runtii aad iyo aad baan u mahadsantihiin again sida sharafta leh aad noo soo dhaweyseen aniga Amun. Soomaalida waxay ku mahmahdaa nin hadal ma dhamayn. Nin in yaroo kooban yarina hadda waxba kama tegin. Aniga Amun intaan maanta in soo hor istaagno haddaan idinka sheekayno dhibka ama waxa ka jira Soomaaliya, especially markay noqoto waxbarashada, ilaa iyo caawa waan meesha fadhinaynaa. Laakiinse iskuulkani runtii iskuullada kale waa ka duwan yahay. Wuxuu kaga duwan yahay sidaan hore u sheegay, waa iskuulka kaliya oo aan ahayn qasab qofka ama hooyada duruufaysan ama aabaha duruufaysan ama qofka Soomaaliga raba inuu wax barto la dhahayn lacag bixi. Ama agoon ha ahaado, ama mataqaanaa family aan waxba haysan ha ahaadaan, ama ha ahaadaan family dhibaato kala haysato. Runtii iskuulkani markaan furaynay 93 arday baan ku furnay. maanta waxaa dhigata 1,030 arday waa school marka imtixaamada loo fariisto sanad dugsiyeedka ilaa grade 8 ilaa iyo mataqaana grade 12 waligiis arday ka soo baxay kumuusan dhicin maxalliga imtixaanka schoolka rajo waa school uu ardaygu dareemayo markuu soo dhex istaago runtii school waa asagu leeyahay school asaga laftigiisa loogu talagalay inuu gaarsiiyo meesha kale schoolkani dhismihiisa ilaa iyo mataqaana hadda runtii xoogeedii awoodeeda waxaa hayay dadka Canada degan waliba magaalada la yiraahdo Ottawa waxaan xasuustaa hadda my mother-in-law ama hooyaday maxaa la yiraahdaa halkan bay fadhidaa ayada iyo saaxiibadeed waxay sameyn jireen markaan dadka u wacno mataqaana ummadda kale aan casho karinayno ayaga karin jiray gurigooda ku karin jireen cashada intay kariyaan maalinkaas ayagoo inta isku yeertaan kariyaan baan saan hadii lacagta aynu mataqaana aysan lacag aad noogu bixin baan dadka siin jirna haddaan madow cid kastoo inoo imaada waxay sameyn jireen 10 sano kaligood baa sameynay oo isku xigta 10 sano habeen walba cashada qabanayno ayaga karinaya ayaga mataqaana keenaya ayaga dadkeena in la siiyo sidii mataqaana ay ardadan u helaan dad cadaana dad Soomaalidu meel walba ka yimaada Soomaaliya baa runtii dhexda u xirtay waligeena waxaan islahaynaa bal Minnesota waan ognahay inuu culays badan saaray yahay dad badan oo imaadaan bal mar walba horta u kaadsha laakiinse waxaan maqnaanaba waana kan waa idin imaan maanta dan gaar oo mataqaana aniga amuuna idinku ma imaan saan hore u yiri runtii waxaan ku imaanay saad uga qayb qaadan lahaydeen iskuulkaas si loo tusi lahaa maxaa la yiraahdaa dadka walaalahooda oo sida Canada camal inay u caawin karaan runtii anigu waa hubaa maxaa la yiraahdaa intay Canada gaarsiin karo in ka badan iyo in la mid ah inay gaarsiin karaan maxaa la yiraahdaa reer Minnesota iskuulku xataa iskamala iskuul kaliya maaha farmkii buu leeyahay meeshii mataqaana beerihii buu leeyahay biyihii buu leeyahay basaskii buu leeyahay wax walba ardadu u baahan tahay ayuu leeyahay runtiina waa aan weynahay inaan sameeyno waxyaabo ka sii weyn sanad walbana ardadu waxay u badanaysaa markuu iskuulka la furo waxay u badanaysaa khasab iskuulka hadaad bixinaysa macallimiintii waxaad u baahan tahay kuraas waxaad u baahan tahay miisas waxaad u baahan tahay macallimiin inaad soo kordhisid taasna waxaa keenaysa markaad ku tiraado qofka waxbarasho bilaash oo imo dad badan baa ka soo guuray meelo badan oo tuulooyin ama baadiye ah iskuulkaas kaliya si wax uga dhigtaan inta kaliya qof 9 wata ku imaanaya qof 10 wata ku imaanaya qof mataqaana 5 wata kulligoodna waxay ku leeyihiin waxaan soo guuray waxaan maqlay waxbarasho bilaash meeshan laga helaa saan anigu idin sheegay guddiga iskuulka waan dhaarsanay waxaan ku dhaarsanayna waxay ahayd cunug Soomaali oo iskuulkaas imaada in albaabka laga celin karin aabiis xatuu iyo hooyis taajiraday yihiin oo dhahan waxba bixin mayno cunugaas lama taaban karo cunugaas Soomaaliga oo haduu rabo inuu wax barto waa albaabka laga celin karo ayaguna sidii culayska noo saaran waxay ahayd macallimiinta idinku waa inaad bixisin marka macallimiinta lacagtooda waa inaad keentin macallimiintana waa idin sheegay waa iskuul tayala ma aha iskuul mataqaana dadka la iska soo xareeyay aysan waxba baraneen taasna always waxay yiraahdaan gaaladu the proof is in the pudding imtixaanka national examka marka la qaato baa la kala arkayaa meeshii wax lagu barayay in wax sax yihiin ama wax huuhaay inay yihiin taasna waxay ku tusaysaa intaasoo sano aan ka qayb galaynay imtixaanka national examka hal arday oo iskuulka ka soo baxay muusan dhicin marka waxay noqotay macallimiinta tayada inaan keeno macallimiinta tayada leh oo aan keenaynana inta ugu badan waxaan ka keenaa Kenya waa Somali Kenyans maadooyinka kala dhan waxaa dhiga dadka localka ah laakiin se maadooyinkaas waxaan ka keenaa Kenya runtiina way tustaa aad iyo aad hadda markaan geenay kontonka arday markaan geenay Jigjiga University integration kooda iyo sida u galeen iskuulka si fudud bay ahayd sababtoo ah waa dad dhisan dad luqadda ka dhisan bay ahaayeen si toos ah u galeen ilaa ay haddana way joogaan si fiican ayayna mataqaana wax uga baranayaan ay u fahmeen marka haddaan idin soo koobo aniga amuun wax badan baan hor taagnayn waa idin ka sheekeynay waa idin faahfaahinay meeshaan joogno meeshaan ka imaanay iyo meeshaan u soconno insha Allah taala kulli waxaan ka codsanaynaa runtiina ciyaalka horta you have to qofka bilaadanka waa inuu tago sometimes seeing is believing inaad dhex tagtid meeshii dad waxaa laga yaabaa xataa meeshan jooga caawa oo iskuulka dhex tagay inay jiraan aanan ka warqabin laakiinse markuu qofku meesha tago oo lugeeyo way ka duwan tahay marka looga sheekeeyo laakiinse believe me waxaan idin sheegay waa dhab ciyaalkani haddaysan helin fursadda aynu anagu siino fursad heli mayaan dhibaatada ka jirtana Soomaaliya waad ogtiin oo saan idin sheegay idinkaaba la socda oo reer Minnesota waxyaabaha kaliya oo aniga iyo amoon iyo guddiga aynu aaminsanahay looga bixi karo waa qofka waa waxbarashada qof dadka in la simo dadka in la siiyo waxbarasho dadka in la siiyo in la tuso anagu inaynu u naxariisanayno kadibna insha Allah taala waxaynu helaynaa success iyo mataqaana iyo horumar ku halkan jooga iyo ku xagga joogaba saddex waxyaabood baan idinka tagayaa kow caaw haddaa wax bixin karid insha Allah taala wax bixi haddaadan wax bixin karin insha Allah taala waxaan ka codsanaynaa gaarsii qof kale ama dadka la wadaag qofka taqaanid oo gabar ha ahaato ama wiil ha ahaato ama ciyaalkaaga ha ahaato la wadaag ilaahay baa garanaya qof walba wax ka soo baxaya haddii aad intaas samayn karina insha Allah taala wal noo ducada hanoo ducada noo qoonsan runtii aad iyo aad baa u mahadsantihiin wax badan baan hadalnay waxaan rajaynaynaa inaad fahanteen inkastoo Soomaaliga iyo English wixii dhan isku qasnay insha Allah taala waxaan rajaynaynaa inay wax wanaagsan ay ka soo baxaan aad iyo aadna waa mahadsantihiin runtii Allah idin karaameeyo assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatuh